This morning, we're learning more about a Riverdale teacher's resignation, the new accusation, and if there's enough evidence for the DA to press charges.
Plus, SSM Health highlighting a program designed to save lives, how it works, and why it's getting a new grant just ahead.
And the Dane County Regional Airport is set to host a TSA pre-check registration event. How this event may help ease your way through security during the upcoming holiday season. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now This Morning on your Thursday. I'm Kyrie Lee.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thursday already. Week just flying by.
Friday Junior, Little Friday, whatever you want to call it. We're almost there, the end of the week.
That's right. That means the weekend's right around the corner. Have some rain chances. First, let's get you out the door. Savannah Burritos got your first warning forecast. Hi, Savannah.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Some visibility issues. We have a little bit of patchy fog and some haze that's still prominent out there, dropping us to 7 miles in Madison, 6 in Lone Rock, 8 in Boscobel, 5 up in Black River Falls. The rest of us at 10 right now. It's not as low as what we had a couple mornings ago, and then we are tracking a few spotty showers north and west of Madison later this afternoon and evening. I think still dry across most of southern Wisconsin with a better chance after midnight into tomorrow. 59 with partly sunny or partly cloudy skies right now. We will see partly sunny conditions and then still warm summer-like temps later this afternoon, expecting the mid-80s. And then we're finally going to cool down a little bit, still above average. We have several days, a string of 70s upcoming. We'll time out those showers over the weekend coming up.
All right, thanks, Savannah. Hey, back to some urgent news that we're following right now. Thousands without power in Dane and Jefferson counties.
Alliant Energy is currently reporting that more than 4,500 customers do not have power at the moment. So let's take a look at the map now. According to their website, nearly 3,000 of the customers affected appear to be near the north side of Lake Koshkonong. Alliant Energy says customers can expect their power to be restored around 7:15 this morning.
Not exactly sure what's going on at this point, but we are looking into it. When we find out, we'll let you know as soon as we do.
Now to our top story this morning. New allegations against a former Riverdale teacher and coach.
The teacher resigned in July amid grooming allegations. And new information is revealing hundreds of personal texts to a student and claims of inappropriate behavior. Prosecutors, though, are not pressing charges. The texts were not sexual in nature, but many personal. The student says that he would always hug after the game, told the student he loved her, and asked to kiss her. Muscoda Police Chief sending that evidence to the Grant County District Attorney. And News 3 Now did obtain an email from the DA to the police chief on the case, and it reads that while it appears to me that he was probably acting inappropriately as a teacher and a coach, I don't think that this is a case that can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, adding that the school would need to decide on whether they would fire him. Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction lists his teaching license as under investigation.
Happening this morning, the man accused of killing a woman in Lake Delton in July will be in court. Brandon Bent is charged with first-degree intentional homicide and misdemeanor bail jumping. Both charges carry domestic abuse modifiers. Bent's bond is set to $1 million. As a condition of his bond, he can't leave the state except under the custody of ICE. Prosecutors say he is not a lawful U.S. resident and there is an ICE hold for him. He will be in court for a preliminary hearing at 9.
Turning now to some national headlines, President Trump says that he will designate the far-left anti-fascist group Antifa as a terrorist organization. In a social media post, Trump vowed to push for investigations into anyone funding the movement. The White House says it's one of several actions targeting what it describes as left-wing groups that fuel political violence, citing last week's killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
In just a few hours, President Trump is set to meet with the British Prime Minister for high-level economic talks between the two nations. Top of the agenda, trade. Today's meeting comes after the U.S. and U.K. announced partnerships in AI and other tech industries. Both leaders are also expected to discuss Russia's war in Ukraine and the conflict in the Middle East. After their meeting, the two are set to hold a public news conference. And today's meeting also comes after the president and first lady were welcomed to a state dinner at Windsor Castle. The first couple dined alongside the royal family. During a speech, King Charles asked for President Trump's support for Ukraine. Today, First Lady Melania Trump is expected to reappear at Windsor Castle with Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and Queen Camilla to highlight the scouting program.
It's going to be slightly cheaper to borrow money now. The Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 1/4 percentage point. It's the first cut in 9 months. It means interest rates for credit cards, car loans, and mortgage rates will likely be a little bit lower. It comes as promising news for home buyers as mortgage rates begin to dip. Chief economist of the National Association of Realtors says high mortgage rates have left potential buyers out.
I think there are some consumers who have been priced out. Buyers are in a better negotiating power.
However, with 30-year fixed-rate mortgages still about 6.35%, potential buyers should act swiftly. Experts advise getting mortgage approval and budgeting now. Sellers ensure your home is competitively priced to avoid long market stays. Well, markets are up this morning. Not a lot of reaction to the Fed news yesterday, but this morning, markets in overnight trading all up. Dow futures up 278 points at this hour, a slight retreat from more than 300 points they were up just a little while ago. S&P futures up about 50 points or 0.75%. NASDAQ futures are up 232 points or about a full percent this morning.
In other news this morning, our Call for Action team and our very own Michelle Renee Quinn are hosting a telethon today. From 4 to 7 p.m., you can call in, and our Call for Action volunteers will be live in the building to take action on your behalf. And remember, you can always call for Action every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That number is 608-270-2833, or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action.
Quick travel update for you this weekend. The Willie Street Fair returns for a couple of days of art and music. So if you're headed that way, prepare for closures. Willie Street is going to be closed between South Livingston and South Ingersoll, both Saturday and Sunday. South Patterson and South Prairie Street will close from Willie Street to the Capital City Trail. This is all between 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. on Saturday and 8 to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Additional street closures will happen 11 a.m. to noon on Sunday to allow room for the parade.
Looking ahead now, travelers planning to renew or enroll in TSA PreCheck, this is for you. The Dane County Regional Airport will be hosting an enrollment event from October 14th through the 17th. It is open to U.S. citizens, nationals, and lawful residents. TSA PreCheck lets low-risk travelers skip long security lines. Complete your application online to save time, and remember to bring your documents and application fee. You can visit channel3000.com for more details.
Right now, tickets are on sale for tomorrow's season opener of the Madison Symphony Orchestra. It's the 100th season for the symphony. Tomorrow, they'll be performing Pure Joy, opening night, Magical Tchaikovsky, and Maestro Dinner, featuring acclaimed pianist Olga Kern. Tickets start at $22 and can be purchased on the Overture Center's website. We have a link to those tickets on channel3000.com.
All right, best of luck to them this season.
100 years. What a milestone. They have a lot to celebrate. Can't wait to see what they have planned for the season.
Yes. Well, let's check in with meteorologist Savannah Brito, getting you ready to head out the door this morning. Hey.
Hey guys, well, we are tracking cooler than normal temperatures eventually, but I think above average for quite some time. That's going to set the tone for the Luke Bryan concert later. You will not need layers if you're heading out to this in Brooklyn, Wisconsin at Klondike Farms later. You're going to see temperatures that are in at least the lower, if not mid 80s heading out there. And as you're heading home, temperatures still expected to be near 70. Any showers, I think, still going to be west of Madison and Brooklyn. Our better chance for pretty much everyone across southern Wisconsin, holding off until Friday, and we are tracking some off and on showers through the weekend. We'll time everything out coming up.
Savannah, thank you. Coming up after the break, SSM Health is recognizing a special program that helps look after caregivers. How this initiative is helping save healthcare workers' lives.
And it is Thursday, which means we are working for the weekend in the 608. I'll have your 3 things to do coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. In your morning health news, SSM Health is showcasing how their Heart Math program has helped provide care for caregivers with suicidal ideation. The 5-year program helps provide mental health resources to some of its caregivers. It has also helped other healthcare facilities develop new strategies to further prevent suicide among the healthcare workforce.
I think as healthcare professionals, we feel like we're supposed to take care of others. And we don't necessarily want to be the ones being taken care of. And I think too, when we're looking at us as professionals, we're afraid if we admit to having mental health struggles that we might not be seen as that professional.
Recently, the program received a grant from Advancing Healthier Wisconsin aimed at funding increasing suicide prevention training. If you or someone you know are struggling with suicidal thoughts, please call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988.
Alcohol-related deaths in the U.S. have doubled over the last 25 years. Researchers at UCLA found the biggest increase was during the early days of the COVID pandemic, when people were facing stress because of isolation and there was less access to treatment. Since then, alcohol-related deaths have been falling, but rates are still higher than before the pandemic. Aspirin could help prevent some types of colon and rectal cancer from reoccurring. That's what a study in Europe found. They found that a low dose of the common over-the-counter medication halves the risk of reoccurrence of cancer in patients who already had surgery. While the reasons why aren't completely known, researchers say aspirin likely reduces inflammation and slows tumor growth.
Switching gears, let's check in now with Savannah. We're having some visibility issues this morning.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of fog and some haze still out there. It's still not as prominent as the last couple of days, though. Most of us are at 10, but we're down to 7 miles in Madison, 6 in Lone Rock, 8 in Boscobel, and 5 in Black River Falls. The blue smoke that I showed on the map yesterday moving out of here as that cold front approaches and gets closer to us across southern Wisconsin. That'll bring in some rain chances. 59 in Madison, 60 in McFarland, 58 in Deerfield, 59 in Mount Horeb. A lot of us, though, locally across southern Wisconsin, lower to mid-60s. These temperatures are anywhere between 10 and close to 15 degrees above average. If you're heading out to the Luke Bryan concert tonight, we're going to be in the lower 80s for that start of the for parking, and then that start of the concert I still think will be somewhere near the 80-degree mark. Might be a few showers. Can't rule out a couple straight ones. I think we're mostly dry. And then as we head into the evening hours and as you're heading home, temperatures are still forecast to be near 70 with partly sunny skies. Those will turn mostly clear overnight before our better shower chances return. Shout out to Sue for sending us that picture to use of the farm at Klondike Farms down in Brooklyn. So any showers, those increase for us after midnight. I still think heading into dinner time, La Crosse, Black River Falls could see a couple of spotty ones. Our better chances hold off until midnight and really until tomorrow afternoon. So I still think mostly dry Friday morning. As we turn closer to 4 to 5 p.m., that's when isolated to scattered showers will move in as that cold front continues to inch closer to us. Not a lot of green. We're not going to see washout conditions this weekend, but yes, I do think we're going to be dealing with off and on showers through Saturday, and then that'll continue into Sunday, unfortunately, as well. Could see a couple isolated thunderstorms during this time frame too. How about the summer-like temperatures? I don't think those are going away anytime soon. In fact, nearly the entire country will be dealing with slightly above average temperatures. That's the salmon color, but then you see this big stretch of well above average temperatures getting into all of the state of Wisconsin now. This will take us to the end of September and early March, where I think we're at least going to be in the lower 70s. As we get closer to October, that's when our average continues to fall. 73 is our average high today. 84. So we're still going to be about 10 degrees above average. That's our forecast. And then heading into the weekend, that's when temperatures drop a little bit, but still got the upper 70s. And we'll see that most of next week, with the majority of next week also pretty dry. So overall, good stretch that we're entering, aside of a couple showers this weekend.
All right. Thanks, Savannah. In the 608 this morning, we are working for the weekend.
Yes, we are. Our Josh Brighter is live in studio with the weekend planner. Josh, what's on your agenda?
Hey, good morning, guys. There are just 2 more weekends left of September. Here are your 3 things to do this weekend in the 608. The Badgers are back at home Saturday as Maryland comes to Madtown to take on Wisconsin at Camp Randall. It is the first 11 a.m. kickoff of the season at home. If you're looking to pregame, there are many options, including the Badger Bash at Union South or the Badger football tailgate at the Fieldhouse. These start around 2.5 hours ahead of kickoff. And a reminder, if you're going to the game this weekend, it is a stripe out, so be sure to check the Badger football Facebook page to see what color you should be wearing. I know I'll be wearing white. One of Madison's most beloved street fairs is back this weekend. The 48th annual Willie Street Fair is happening Saturday from noon to 10 and Sunday from 11 to 6:30. I'm told there are 4 stages, hundreds of vendors, kids stage, family activities, and the Sunday parade. Proceeds will benefit the Wilmar Neighborhood Center and the Commonwealth Development. Finally, on Sunday, we're talking about the 5th annual Deerfield Apple Fest. This is at Bittersweet Blessings Farm from 8 to 4. It is only $5 to enter, and children 8 and under are free. Organizers say there are over 300 vendors and crafters from around the Midwest set to be there. For more happenings this weekend in the 608, just go to channel3000.com. Give me another busy one, guys.
Yes, and at least the temperature is still shaping up fall on Monday, but this is what I'm looking forward to.
It's so weird, you know, it's like I know we're going to an apple orchard later this morning for a shoot that we'll have later on News 3 Now this morning. And, you know, we mentioned like, well, we got to dress like fall. I'm like, it's summer out. Like it's hard to get into that feeling because the weather, you know, has been so weird for September, but it's hard to complain because we know what's going to be coming around the corner here in a couple of months.
Did you bring your flannel? Because Chris asked if we brought our flannel.
I'm just wearing this maroon t-shirt because I'm like, I get warm so easy. So
that's what I was thinking.
I think that's an important point. Also worth mentioning that the window for these farms that have all these fall activities and everything is so small that every weekend is crucial for them, you know, to turn a buck. So any support that you could give those folks, you know, would be greatly appreciated. You know, you might be thinking, it's too warm to go to the pumpkin patch or the orchard or to do those things, you know, but yeah. You know, think about what it does to support the agriculture community.
The nice thing is you don't need a lot of layers, so you don't have to dress the kids up too much.
That's what I like about it.
Easy peasy.
Yes, right out the door. Well, Josh, thank you.
You bet.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stuff to share in the 608. Got something for him? Reach out and let him know about it.
Well, still ahead, fall is just a few days away, and we're getting a look at the newest edition of the Madison magazine.
And in our next half hour, a new investigation now being launched into a key Sun Prairie faculty member. Ahead, who is being investigated?
And before we head to break, here's a look at gas prices. We'll be right back.
Hey, we're back at 6:23. Hey, there's Annie Bailing.
Hi.
She is the editor of Madison Magazine. She's in this morning because the new issue drops this morning, and it's a big one. Tell us all about it.
Yep, it is our biggest issue of the year. Literally, it's our biggest magazine. It's Best of Madison.
Yeah.
So, yay! It'll drop at 7 a.m. So we'll have to wait a little bit to know the winners.
To get it in hand. And,
yep.
And to dig through it. Can't wait.
Yep. But we were really excited this year. We've had a record number of nominations, record number of final voting, and this is our 44th readers poll, and it's been a readers poll since 1981. So it's fun to see what people choose as the best of Madison, and we did a very fun prom theme this year. Every year the best of Madison list gets a theme, so we hosted this photo shoot, and it was kind of a mini prom for some of our 50 to 60 of our winners, and it was kind of a little precursor to the party we're actually throwing. That's our Best of Madison Taste Party on September 29th.
Okay, so that's coming up as well.
Yeah.
So what are some other exciting things people can look forward to in this edition?
Yeah, so we've, the Best of Madison issue, we spend a lot of time highlighting all of our winners, but there's also this incredible story by Emma Waldinger about perennial agriculture. I knew nothing about it, but there's a new way that farmers in Wisconsin are looking at their practices, and it's better for the land, it's better for them, and better for their bottom line. So it's a really interesting piece. So
win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
Going back to the best of, I mean, this is such, I don't know, it's just a way for everyone in the city to kind of know who's doing well, and it kind of directs them. It's a guide. You know, a lot of people look into this and they'll be like, okay, this is where I can go for this. This is where I can go for that. This is who's coming up. Like, you learn so much by going through this list, and it's a way to celebrate all the folks out there who are just doing excellent work.
You're exactly right. I think for the out-of-towner, this is the issue you pick up to say, where do I want to go? You know, we even have categories where to, the best spot for a first date or best spot to take your dog, things like that. We've added a couple of categories this year. So great for the out-of-towner, but great for the local too, to just be reminded of these are the great places that people really like to go to, or you can compare it to your own list, and well, I think this is the best because certainly.
Debate it with with your friends. And,
yep.
it's that water cooler conversation.
Yeah, but it is, I mean, it's really impressive that the number of nominations and votes every year that come through. It's thousands and thousands of people that chime in, which is cool that the city's kind of embraced this readers poll that is meant to celebrate local businesses. It's really meant to be, this is what makes Madison special.
Yes.
Yeah, you said it. So if you don't have the hard copy, if you don't have the tangible copy to look through, when is the website going to be live so we can go through and see those?
Yep, it's 7 a.m. So soon here. We're getting close to the list drop. So it really the list is a really exciting thing online, but then in person too. We do a poster pickup for our winners next Friday, and they'll celebrate their win. But we're going to be celebrating it for months here.
Awesome, Andy. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
In my entire time in this district, from kindergarten through 12th grade, there have been sex offenders.
This morning, calls for accountability growing louder from Sun Prairie School District students and parents as the principal is now facing an investigation.
Plus, a bill in the state capitol gives people a new tool to protect themselves because of mental health reasons. We'll explain a proposed do not sell list gaining bipartisan support.
And need help with a consumer problem? You're in luck. How you can call for action today. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. You've made it to Thursday already.
Congratulations. We did it.
I mean, it is an accomplishment. Sometimes, days aren't always the best for people. So this is your word of encouragement.
Long week?
Not really. Actually, I feel like it's been powering by. I feel like it's been a busy week, but otherwise, not too long.
Busy's good, though. We love it. Let's check in with Savannah and see what the weather's like as you step out the door. Hey there.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Little smoky. We also have warm temperatures. We will continue to see that throughout the day. I think the visibility issues will come up, but it'll still be a factor similar to the last couple of days. 74 the temperature at 10 in the morning, and temperatures will rise once again in the lower to mid 80s. So an above average day. We are going to see partly sunny skies. The better chance for showers still going to be west and north of here most of the day. Once we get to about tomorrow afternoon, that's when our better chances are going to return for pretty much everyone across southern Wisconsin. And that continues over the weekend. Now through early next week, our dew point's still going to be about 60 to 65. So a little bit humid, but not super prominent out there where you get into the oppressive category or really above 70 degrees, which is good news. We're timing out all the rain coming up.
Thanks, Savannah. New this morning, authorities are investigating a tragic incident in Wisconsin Dells late last night. Officials say a man fell into the Wisconsin River near 29 Broadway Avenue, right by the Riverwalk. They recovered his body around 1:20 this morning. Foul play is not suspected, but the investigation is ongoing. The man's identity is being withheld pending notification of the family.
6:31 now. Right now, thousands are still without power in Dane and Jefferson counties. Alliant Energy is currently reporting that over 4,500 customers do not have power at the moment. Nearly 3,000 of the customers affected appear to be near the north side of Lake Koshkonong. Alliant Energy says customers can expect their power to be restored in just about 45 minutes or so, around 7:15 this morning. And in other news, in new developments in the Sun Prairie West High School fallout, the state is now investigating former principal Jennifer Polger's licenses.
She is on paid leave during a probe into the handling of child sex crimes investigations. Now the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction is investigating Polger's teaching and admin licenses, but can't reveal why. It all comes amid a rocky start to the year after she was put on leave, and then Ed Ford briefly took over as principal, and now Peg Shoemaker is acting principal at Sun Prairie West.
The Sun Prairie School District has launched its own investigation following the arrest of former Dean of Students Robert Gilkey-Meissegeyer. Prosecutors say he had sexual contact with multiple students and secretly took photos without consent, often using school surveillance cameras. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. Parents and students are speaking out about the charges. News 3 Now has covered this story since the Sun Prairie Police began their investigation. Since then, parents have packed school board meetings, protesting and voicing their issues with the district.
When I heard the news about Rob, I was not surprised, merely disappointed that this had happened yet again. In my entire time in this district, from kindergarten through 12th grade, There have been sex offenders, violence, and dysfunction in essentially every stage of school that I've attended.
You caused more concern than you sought to diminish. You caused people to assume the worst about staff members. You hid information, and you created a media frenzy that unfortunately will only get worse. It is now a national media frenzy that exists.
We're continuing to cover what some parents say is a shattered trust between community members and the district. Our Tanisha Shaw has the full story at channel3000.com.
Now to a new proposal at the State House that could allow individuals to voluntarily restrict their own access to firearms for mental health or suicidal reasons. If passed, Wisconsinites can join a do not sell list for 1, 2, or even 20 years. After a year, they can request removal, but have to wait 48 hours before purchasing a firearm. The bill is gaining bipartisan support.
This is a really modest thing that we can do that could potentially have a big difference.
While we wouldn't author it, I don't know that we would oppose it either. We would want to make sure that it truly is voluntary and that people who want to maintain their ability to own firearms are still protected.
The Bloomberg School of Public Health says that guns are the most lethal suicide method and make up more than half of all suicide deaths. If you or someone you know are struggling with suicidal thoughts, call or text the Suicide Crisis Lifeline at 988.
The Dairy Drive homeless encampment on Madison's far east side will close in about a week. The Common Council failed to extend the contract by one vote. The site offered shelter, mental health, and substance abuse services to those experiencing homelessness. The site's director says of the 97 people helped, over 3/4 have moved to more stable housing.
These folks are survivors, they're resilient. Some of the smaller things can really go a long way. People have really grown while they've been at the campground. They've developed a lot of skills. And I think that's why we don't have a high rate of return to homelessness from the people who do get into housing.
Of the 29 residents still at Dairy Drive, 21 have permanent housing plans. The other 8 do not, but Madison Street Medicine will keep working with them.
ABC is pulling Jimmy Kimmel's late night show off the air immediately, indefinitely. Kimmel is suspended after he accused the MAGA movement of attempting to politicize Charlie Kirk's death. After his comments, Trump's FCC chairman, the one that he appointed, threatened companies that don't broadcast in the public interest. Then, 2 of the biggest local broadcast groups, Sinclair and Nexstar, announced that they would preempt Kimmel. ABC then pulled the show. Experts warn it could threaten important values of the U.S.
When you have a government official coming in and saying that there are certain ideas that cannot be expressed, you start undermining the legal, not to mention the cultural values that undergird this country.
President Trump praised ABC's move in a social media post, calling it great news for America. Kimmel's show has been a network staple since 2003.
In more local news, today the Capital City chapter of Muskies and the DNR are restocking Madison's lakes. The conservation effort begins at 9 a.m. at the Olin Boat Ramp. The event also helps raise funds for the organization's Muskie Research and Conservation. According to their website, the organization has stocked over 24,000 muskies to date.
UW volleyball in action last night, taking on rival Marquette. Bucky's 10-1 all-time against the Golden Eagles. They squared off at Pfizer Forum. First set, and look at that, Charlie Furbinger with a setter dump, and that'll take the set. Badgers up early. Second set now. More of the same. This time it's Mimi Collier. Badger bench loving that one. Third set now. Time to bring out the brooms. Mimi again. She had a match high 13 kills. Badgers take it in straight sets. Their 5th consecutive sweep. Now to the Badgers, back at it against the Angels last night. Amfam Field here, looking to take the series over the Halos. Scoreless in the second until Blake Perkins drives one into left field to bring in a couple of runs. Brewers ahead early, and then they would pull away Sal Frelick. He's going to frolic the base path, blasting a 3-run ding-dong. Brewers win it. Their 93rd win of the year. That ties last year's total, 9-2 over the Angels.
All right, lots of animation in that script. Gotta love it. Well, let's move on here. Today is the day. Our Call for Action team will be in the building this afternoon through the evening for the Call Telethon.
That's right. Consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn is going to be hosting it and is here now with what you can expect this evening. Good morning.
Good morning. From 4 to 7 p.m., I'll be here with our Call for Action team as they answer your calls. You'll have the opportunity to hear about some current Call for Action cases and get to know our volunteers. Last month, Call for Action returned nearly $82,000 to pockets of consumers just like you. And they cover a wide variety of consumer issues, from scams and warranties to identity theft and medical bills. And if you don't have a full case, Call for Action can offer advice and next steps. Call for Action has monthly newsletters you can sign up for as well. And while our volunteers are normally in the building Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1 weekly, the telethon today is a huge opportunity for people with different schedules to get your calls in. CFA also does educational speaking events for organizations like Rotary and Lions Club. So if you're interested in having your group learn about ways to stop phishing, spot scams, and protect their identity, you can Call for Action too.
All right. It's such a great resource for someone who has never reached out before, to these volunteers who are doing it because they care, they want to make a difference. So what else can people expect tonight? I mean, the process when they call in, I mean, should people expect to spend a long time on the phone, or what's that introductory conversation like?
So you're going to call in and you're going to basically explain kind of what's going on to the volunteer, and they're going to take your case down. Then that case will then go to Jackie, and she's going to decide if Call for Action will accept the case or not. And if the case is accepted, it'll be dispersed to the volunteer with that forte. So if there's an expert in Social Security, expert in car repairs, then that volunteer will get that case.
All right, so there's something for everyone.
Yes.
On those calls. Very nice. All right, once again, 4 to 7, Michelle Renee will be your host.
See you later.
All right, thank you.
Long day for Michelle Renee. It's worth it, though. A great cause this evening. Well, hey, we are right in the middle of our Big Coats for Kids campaign, and we are up to 914 items.
Yes, thanks to everyone who has donated a coat to keep someone else in our community warm this winter. You can find more ways to donate at channel3000.com. You have until October 4th to donate to any area Clinky Cleaners. We need those new or gently used coats. Well, today, country artist Luke Bryan is making his return to Klondike Farms in Brooklyn as part of his farm tour. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says there will be heavy traffic with more than 13,000 people expected to attend. If you're headed to the concert, be sure to use event parking. Additional parking will be available at the intersection of Highways 92 and 14. Drivers should follow posted signs and avoid walking along the highway for safety. And if you're not attending the concert, you're strongly encouraged to take an alternate route. Parking opens at 2 p.m., gates open at 5, and the show kicks off at 6. A few superheroes brightened the day for patients at American Family Children's Hospital by helping wash windows. Take a look at this video here. Batman, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Superman, and Wonder Woman teamed up with Green Window Company to pull off this fun surprise. Take a look at the smiles there. The heroes waved to patients as they cleaned and rappelled down the building. It's the first time these superheroes have washed the hospital's windows since 2019.
Oh, great to see him back. Love to see the smile on those kiddos' faces. Totally worth it.
Yes, I'm saying it just warms your heart up, you know.
It sure does.
Glad they're able to get back to this after taking so many years off.
Me too, me too. All right, let's check in with Savannah Brito. Look at your first one forecast. Hi there, Savannah.
Hi, guys. We have a few spotty showers on radar, not widespread. This is going to continue to affect most of the day, and the better chance will still be west of here. Temperatures are going to be nice. We'll be dealing with partly sunny skies and a summer-like day. We're expecting a high of about 84 degrees later in Madison. Most of southern Wisconsin should reach the lower 80s, and then we'll be a little bit cooler heading into the weekend. Still tracking above average temperatures, don't get me wrong, in the upper 70s, and then we will be dealing with some more showers. I think our better chance holds off until tomorrow, and that will extend into this upcoming weekend. We'll have more details on the rain.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Just ahead, coming up in the 608, we're talking about the weekend in the 608, and I'll have your 3 things to do when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We are working for the weekend in the 608.
Were you trying to sing a
No,
song?
I was not.
Thought I'd check. All right. Well, our Josh Prider is live in studio this morning with your weekend planner. Josh, what's on your list?
Hey guys, good morning to you. So there are just 2 more weekends left of September. I'm tracking your 3 things to do this weekend in the 608. The Badgers are back at home Saturday as Maryland comes to Madtown to take on Wisconsin at Camp Randall. It is the first 11 a.m. kickoff at home of the season. If you're looking to pregame, there are many options, including the Badger Bash at Union South or the Badger Football Tailgate at the Fieldhouse. These start 2.5 hours ahead of kickoff. And a reminder, if you're going to the game this weekend, it is a stripe out. So be sure to check the Badger Football Facebook page to see what color you should be wearing. Well, one of Madison's most beloved street fairs is back this weekend. The 48th annual Willie Street Fair is happening Saturday from noon to 10 and Sunday from 11 to 6:30. I'm told there are 4 stages, hundreds of vendors, a kids stage, family activities, and the Sunday parade. Proceeds benefit the Wilmar Neighborhood Center and the Commonwealth Development. Then on Sunday, we're talking about the 5th annual Deerfield Apple Festival. This is at Bittersweet Blessings Farm from 8 to 4. It is only $5 to enter, and children 8 and under are free. Organizers say there are over 300 vendors and crafters from around the area set to be there. For more happenings this weekend in the 608, just go to channel3000.com. Boy, we're already on the back half of September. I just can't believe it. This year is just flying by.
Yes, just a few days left, but there's plenty of events that are picking up, though.
And now we're starting to pick up the apple orchards, the pumpkin patches, like all that stuff. We're getting into that season, so it's kind of fun for families, I know, to kind of flip that calendar. Even though it's not feeling like it outside, there's a lot to do.
Yeah, and maybe you're thinking it's too warm to go to something like that this weekend, to go hit the pumpkin patch or the corn maze or anything like that. Just remember that these farms only have a short window to capitalize, and a lot of their profits for the year come from this month or this weekend, so make sure you're going out there and supporting them anyway.
Yeah, Schuster's Farm, they'll be launching a big thing this weekend. I'm going to be live there on Monday with more of that, so stay tuned for Monday. So we got a lot to look forward to. We're going to be going to an apple orchard and pumpkin patch this morning as well, that you'll see later on News 3 Now coming up in the broadcast to come. So we got a lot to look forward to. This is a fun time of year.
Yes, it is. It is. Just adds more things to my list, but it's okay. We love to see it. We love to see it.
Got to keep you busy.
Exactly. Josh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share. Have an idea? Let him know about it.
Let's check in now with Savannah, who's staying on the fall vibe here with that color report.
We have a little bit of patchy color being reported. Basically, any counties that are shaded in the yellow, that includes Brown and Taylor, and then areas just to the northeast of Tomahawk. I can confirm that. I was up there over the weekend, and there is a little bit of patchy color up there. The rest of us, the green across most of Wisconsin, is little. That's courtesy of travelwisconsin.com. You can always go there. We're still several weeks away from peak, but a little bit of color out there. You've probably noticed that. We're down to 7 miles of visibility in Madison. Still got a little bit of patchy fog and some smoke that's present that's mixing down. Lone Rock's at 8 and Lone Rock's at 5. Boscobel is at 8. We will see rain chances move in, but smoke and visibility move out of here. Those visibilities come up as that cold front inches closer to our area. We're now down to 59 in Madison. Most of us are still in the lower to mid 60s, 60 in the Dells and 63 early this morning in Monroe. We'll see the 80s later, topping out at 84. So if you're heading out to Brooklyn, temperatures for the Luke Bryan concert going to be in the lower 80s as you're parking, and then gradually cooling down a little bit overnight. I don't think you're going to need to dress in layers, because even as you're heading home, temperature is still going to be somewhere near the 70-degree mark. Mostly dry. The better chance of showers are going to be west and north of Brooklyn. I do think we can't rule out maybe a stray shower, but I think most of the evening is looking really good with partly sunny skies. Cloud cover going to be more prominent west. That's where a couple spotty showers are going to be, maybe in areas like Prairie, Delton, and La Crosse later this evening. I think our better chance comes after midnight, and that's still going to be west of Madison. For most of us, as we approach about 4 to 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, that's when we're looking at scattered showers returning. And it's not going to be a washout Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but we do keep shower chances for actually most of the state of Wisconsin if you're traveling at all this weekend around through Sunday into early next week. That's when you can expect a better and drier pattern. Temperatures the next several days aside of today are going to be in the upper 70s. Nighttime temps come down a little bit from about 61 the next several nights down to the mid to upper 50s Tuesday night into next weekend.
All right, not looking too bad as we head into fall. Savannah, thank you. Coming up in the morning sprint, Meta just unveiled its new AI-powered glasses, the updated features, and how much it will cost you.
And we want to wish a happy 3rd birthday this morning to Colin. Happy birthday, Colin. Have a great day. We're back with the sprint next. .654, time for the morning sprint.
New this morning, authorities are investigating a tragic incident in Wisconsin Dells. Late last night, a man fell into the Wisconsin River near 29 Broadway Avenue near the Riverwalk. They recovered his body around 1:20 this morning. Foul play is not suspected, but the investigation is ongoing. The man's identity is being withheld until family notification.
Right now, thousands without power in Dane and Jefferson counties. Alliant Energy is currently reporting over 4,500 customers in the dark. Alliant says that customers can expect to be out of power until about 15 minutes from now, 15-20 minutes from now this morning. We'll keep posting updates at channel3000.com.
The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction is investigating the licenses of former Sun Prairie West principal Jennifer Ploger. The district removed her amid a probe into handling child sex crime allegations. Peg Shoemaker is now acting principal. It's unclear if the principal was placed on leave following news that several staff members were after the arrest of former Dean Robert Gilkey-Meisegeier.
Meta's new AI-powered smart glasses are here, featuring double the battery life, sharper display, and enhanced sound. The glasses are also offering live captioning and translation, and they're controlled with a wristband. The Ray-Ban Meta display glasses hit store shelves later this month. They start at $800.
Well, temperatures are still going to be very summer-like in the mid-80s. We've got the rain that returns to the forecast for most of us Friday. That'll continue into the weekend. But yeah, we're smooth sailing as far as temperatures go. Summer sticking around. We're going to be in the upper 70s for quite some time.
Fall starts on Monday at 1:19 p.m.
It will not feel like it.
It's science.
Yeah. It's the tilt of the sun and the Earth's angle,
Yeah.
all that.
All that
technical stuff.
Yeah.